Alright, what's good, YouTube? Alright, today we're going to be going over the pros and cons of OTR and then local. So, I'm going to give a few pros and cons on how I feel about OTR, a few pros and cons on local driving, and then we're going to go over which one I personally feel is the best. Alright, so just to begin, let's just get context. I did do OTR for about like 7 months, and I've been doing local for the last 4 months, so I kind of got a little bit of perspective. Now, granted, some drivers probably out here that got way more experience, and they probably love OTR. Some probably can't do local, you know what I'm saying, depending on your circumstances, but I feel like I can at least get some context into how do I feel about it, right? So some pros, I'm gonna go over the pros first. So some of the pros for OTR, one, I would say the experience, right? Just living on the road, going across the country, and I think a lot of people don't even take that into consideration. Like, we do have a beautiful country as Americans, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they want to travel outside of America just to be like, oh, it's so beautiful, but don't even take time to actually travel to actual states. And there's a lot of beauty in it, I would say. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of different mountains and like all around the country. I like California. You probably don't even think California is like, I'd have been in California twice just traveling, right? And then driving, I never even like, cause you think of California, you just think of like Los Angeles. You're not thinking about like Sacramento and San Diego, like all of this is in, so it's like it's kind of amazing if you get to, I would say, at least see it one time, you know what I'm saying, get to drive through it. Idaho, like their mountains, Nevada with all like the deserts, and like so it's a lot of places in the country that I feel like people don't even get the experience. So if you get to go out here, I wouldn't take that with a grain of salt. I would actually like take it in, you know what I'm saying? You go to some of these places, don't just sit in the truck. Like, you get your 34, you got to reset and all that. Take the time to go actually like get to enjoy the travel experience. So that's one of the pros, I would say. Another pro, I would say, and this kind of gonna be controversial, but if you can get peace, right, while you on the road, just that open road, you by yourself, there's so much podcasts and music that you can actually listen to. So once you get out there and you like just on the open road, music off, and you just riding with your thoughts and yourself, like that's some real peace. So you know what I'm saying? So if you can really take that into consideration, you can really map out your whole life, you know what I'm saying? Or at least contemplate on just like, okay, why am I doing this? How I get here? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is real peace out here when you get on that road, if you don't let the outside get into you. You know what I'm saying? So that is something I would think about. Like I said, I think that's a pro. Just having that quietness, that alone feeling when you can hear like those inner thoughts. All right, another pro. I'm trying to think of another one. So like I said, just the experience to get to see the country, that peace that you get while on the open road. And lastly, I would just say the scenery. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing kind of with the experience, but there's some of the things that you get to see while on the road. Like, it's amazing, man. I ain't gonna lie. I saw some of the like they have a lot of those little vantage points and scenic view points that you can pull over to. So if you into like photography and stuff like that, definitely take some time, take some pictures, man. Pull over. Don't be in no rush. Like, unless you need to be in a sense where, all right, I'm already running behind, but yeah, take your time, stop, pull over, man. Take advantage of some of those scenic views and just like soak it all in. So I feel like for me personally, I wasn't like really into like taking the pictures and like recording on Snapchat and all that, and just like, I wish now, looking back, I wish I would have a little bit more, like take more pictures and stuff like that, just to show like sometimes I took a picture of like a mountain that I had to go down. It was like, so like you take moments like that, but like I wish I would have took a little bit more advantage of it, you know what I'm saying, in hindsight. So that's three of the pros that I would say is for OTR. Cons, it's gonna be, the list can go on and on. I'm just gonna get three. But, and it's nothing about no money and nothing like that, so we ain't gonna add money into the conversation. But another one of the cons that I would say is in OTR is not being present, right, with the day-to-day. So it's like when you in that truck, you just by yourself. So it's kind of attached to the same thing of just being able to have that peace, but you still in the back of your mind, you're not present at home, right? You're not present with your family, your friends, your wife, your significant other. So those things can kind of wear on you after a while, right? If you don't have somebody actually like supporting you with your decision that you're making. So I would say that's a con. Like, you not waking up with your wife, or you not waking up with your woman. You ain't waking up with the kids if you had kids. I could say that could be a con. You know what I'm saying? Just being away and not being present in the day-to-day activities and stuff like that. Yeah, you can get on the phone and talk, but you physically being there is hindering, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't look past that. And if you're a person that can't really detach well, or you can't multitask in the sense where you calling, checking on, and that'll be a huge con for you. So I would keep that in consideration. Another con, I would say health. Your health definitely deteriorates really fast while you over that road, just for the simple fact, man, it's like you working, sleeping, right? So your work-home balance is in one area, right? And you see a lot of drivers, they got Crocs, shorts, tank tops, so they rolling out of bed and then hopping right in the seat. Then vice versa, hopping right out the seat, hopping right in the bed. So like after a while, that can become draining on not even just on your mental, but physically, spirit, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of wrap that in. I would say that's a huge con. That's then one of the biggest ones is just health reasons, the food that you eating, and you know what I'm saying, not being able to shower. But even when I was on the road, I ain't gonna give nobody no excuse not to shower, because it was like, you gotta be a savage out here, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of know, it's like camping almost, but you everyday camping, you know, like, if that makes sense. So it's like you gotta be locked in with your hygiene. So if you not one of them people that's like really like aware of like how you feel when you're not taking a shower, or you can't get a haircut, or you can't get, you know what I'm saying? So it's like certain little things like that. Like every single day that I was on the road, I did a wipe down, teeth got brushed, shower got took when you know what I'm saying, when it's available, because you ain't gonna be able to take an actual shower every day. I can understand that, but you not washing yourself down, or you ain't wiping yourself down, or you ain't taking the time to really put that effort forward. That's kind of on you, you know what I'm saying? Because they got wipes, they got all kind of stuff. But I used to have a little bucket that you can like wash dishes in, you know what I'm saying? I used to have one of them buckets for my dishes, and then I had another bucket just for that, you know what I'm saying? I put have my next to my bunk heater, I had that, a little bottle of water with a little jug of water, boom, soap, I'm gonna get it in, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna be out here funky and stuff like that. And then just the lack of exercise, you know what I'm saying? You don't like and you can't exercise. Even me, myself, I'm push-ups, all that, get out, do some, you know what I'm saying, different little burpees and all that type of stuff. But I'm gonna keep it a buck, especially like in the winter time. You gotta have some real motivation to want to get out this truck and go do some workout outside the truck, middle of the morning, middle of the night, however it go, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be real dedicated in your mind to get that done. Like, I'm a gym goer, I go to the gym, I frequent the gym these 5 times a week right now, you know what I'm saying? So, and at my peak, I was going 6 days easily. So that's way more easier than the person that like, you gotta, cause like when you drive into the gym, like that's already a thing. So once you get there, it's like, all right, it's just time to do what you gotta do. You understand what I'm saying? But now if you gotta motivate yourself to come out here and do some push-ups in the cold, or like you know what I'm saying, middle of the night, it's kind of, I would say mentally, for me, I would say it was a lot more harder to stay motivated to work out and things like that when I was over the road, versus now like me going to the gym just back in that regular routine. So I would say that's a con. So like I said, not being present, the lack of well, just health overall. And then another con over the road, trying to think of a good one, man. Another con, but those two right there are just like significant in itself. So just not being present with your day to day, and then like I say, just health wise, I feel like those are like two of the biggest cons. And then lastly, I'd say food. I'd throw food in there too, because after a while you go to these truck stops, bro, it's the same food. So it's like you hit Walmart up. I had a little convection oven and stuff like that, so I used to do little meal preps and chicken and do, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, it's like sometimes you don't want to even do that. You get what I'm saying? And then they ain't got no healthy options. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, yeah, you think you eating it's not healthy. So it's like, kind of got to be even aware of what's healthy. What's some high protein, low carbs, a little bit of fat. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of know what even healthy eating even is to understand what's healthy and what's not healthy. So it's like you go to, let's just say Love's is my go-to. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never really, I go to the TAs and stuff like that. If you get there early enough, even with Love's, you got to kind of get there early enough. But most of the TAs, they will have you paying. You got to then pay or do the reserve parking, use your points, all that. And I wasn't feeling that, so I was really just like more Love's, rest area kind of guy. And you ain't gonna find no real good, like, what's the best meal? You know what I'm saying? Denny's, motherfucker, like, what's good at Denny's? A burger? That's about, you know what I'm saying? It's about really the only thing you can get that's on dinner actually constitute for, like, all right, protein and getting those macros that you're trying to hit. So food options definitely on the lower end. So I would keep that in mind going in. Like if you can meal prep, meal prep. And then just have it probably already cooked like a week out. That's probably then the best bet. That's something that I felt that worked a little bit better for me once I already had the food cooked. When I had to cook it in the truck too, that's when it was like shit getting smoky. I don't know, I ain't like that. So yeah, them 3 pros, 3 cons for OTR, and then local. All right. Now local is then that kind of obvious, right? So we can just go to the pros. The pros of being a local driver versus an OTR driver. I would say the pros for being a local driver is the fact, I would just say consistency, right? And everybody's job is is different, whether you working mornings, nights, or whatever, or you got them off-brand kind of times where you starting at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody start at different times, but you still get that same level of consistency, I would say, right? You know what to expect. You're going to the same type of customers there. Like it's not gonna really change. They ain't switching it up on you. I'll stay out this week. Next week we'll let you come. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, for the most part, you're gonna be doing the same thing. You ain't really gotta worry about that. And then, like, even with the pay, OTR, you might get good miles this week. Next week you might not get no miles. And I heard a driver tell me that one time. He was like, and I was kind of complaining. I wasn't complaining necessarily, but I kind of brought it up. I'm like, I wish it was more consistent. And he was like, but ain't nothing in life consistent, even trucking. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that do make sense though. Like, nothing really is guaranteed. Ain't nothing really consistent. So, but with local, it's down there gonna be consistent. Whether you hourly or you getting paid by the mile, whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what to expect. So I would say it's consistency in that. Another pro, that work home life balance. All right, right. So you know what time you're gonna be there. You know roughly what time you're gonna be getting off, and you get the ability to be present, right? So now you don't have no excuse as to why you ain't showing up to the kids' game. You ain't got no reason why you can't take your wife out, your girl out, your significant other out. You have no excuse, right? You ain't, and plus you ain't have no excuse of, I can't go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Because the health reasons is still there. Even, you know what I'm saying? So being present is very important once you finally do get that local job where you get that consistency, being present. So I would say that is a pro with working local. You're gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? And not only is you gonna be there, you able to participate, right? So another pro. Trying to think of one more good one. What's another good pro? Honestly, I feel like it's a lot of more positive things with being local. I would just say a little bit more of the, like, a little bit more physical, like, say, because a lot of companies that I was looking into, and even like the one I'm with, sometimes we might have to do a little bit of physical work. I don't see a problem in it. I would say that's actually a pro. You get out, like, sometimes we got delivered to certain different gas stations or whatever, right? So they got a few pallets on the back that you might have to take down and break down. Like, I go back there, help to do. I don't necessarily have to, but it's like, that's a pro. You would never have to do that on the road. All you do is back into the dock, and they, you know what I'm saying, they do everything with the forklift, so you would never have to deal with that over the road. So like being a local driver, okay, yeah, you might have a couple elements where you might have to do some little bit of physical work, and even like the Cisco guys and the Pepsi guys and people like that, like they're doing physical work and they going home at, like, there's nothing wrong with that. So I wouldn't shy away from no physical labor if you're trying to go local. Yeah, you might do some extra work, but that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And then last, I'm just gonna throw health in there as a pro. You are more prone to be healthy as a local driver than you are over the road. Yes, granted, it's some over the road guys that look like they in shape, but I'm gonna tell you right now, no human is designed to sit down all day, and then from once you go sitting down all day, you go lay down all day. Now, one time has your heart accelerated, so your cardiovascular all messed up. So he's like, at some point, like, yeah, you can go to Planet Fitness on the road and all that. I'm quite sure people gonna come at me in the comments. Well, I go to Planet Fitness. Okay, that's you. When I was over the road, I ain't never want to stop. I'm staying on route. So if they ain't got no Planet Fitness by Loves, it's over with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, they ain't got no Planet Fitness at the rest area, it's over with. I'm not going out the way to go to Planet Fitness. No, that's stupid. Staying on my route to get to where I gotta go. So as a local driver, I haven't missed the gym. It's like, it's almost impossible for you just, I ain't gonna say impossible, because I do see some guys that don't look as healthy as they should be. And that's just, at that point, that's just by choice. So, because you can bring your lunch, if you want, you know what I'm saying, you need to eat, all right, I'm bringing my own lunch. I ain't never got to stop at no truck stop and get nothing to eat. I can still work out. I can still I can go get a walk in. I can go get a run. I can go get a jog. I can do all the healthy things that I need to be doing while I am local. I would say, like I say, I think that's a pro. Con, I can't think of no con. I'm gonna be 1,000%. I can't think of no con from off the top of my head. Now, if you in the comments and you got some cons that you can say, and feel free. Me personally, I don't see no con. Lastly, just to end it off, which one I think is better. Honestly, my perspective of what I think is better is just gonna be my personal opinion. Of course, I'm gonna say local because, for one, I do got a family, I got a wife, I got kids. I love coming home every day, right? No slight to nobody that's over the road that love over the road. Me personally, I like getting in my own shower, like getting in my own bed. I like laying down with my wife. I like dating the woman that I'm with. You know what I'm saying? I like spending time with my kids regularly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got season passes to Six Flags, taking the Six Flags on my off days. You know what I'm saying? So it's like doing those little things over the road. It's like you're not there, and out of sight, out of mind. That's a real thing. If you're not around to really be there, you know what I'm saying? Like over the phone, you telling your kids, hey, don't be doing that. Don't give your mama a hard time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give a short story real quick, because I really did. Now, some people, I done met some dudes, right? Like, even one of my instructors, he said this, and it blew my mind. I didn't even know this was like even possible. The man told me, right, and a few of the other guys, he told us, he was like, the longest, we asked him, like, what's the longest you ever stay on the road? The man told us 9 months. 9 months of not going home to your, you know what I'm saying? And he said his wife would call, like, man, honey, where you at? You know what I'm saying? He told us, he'll tell his wife, isn't the money in the account? All right then, and bang the line on him. Now, you got somebody on the road, and it's only so many lot lizards that you could be kicking it with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man, go home. So it's like, I never had to experience that. You know what I'm saying? I never had to experience just being away and then just like call, check in here and there. I get to go home every day. So I don't take that for granted. It's a huge blessing for me. and mine, you know what I'm saying? And I know they appreciate it just as much as I do. So me personally, like I say, I enjoy being a local driver way more than I enjoy being an OTR driver. Would I ever do OTR again? Of course. If it comes time I gotta put my big boy pants on, I'm going out there, I'm finna knock it out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no depressed, angry at the world because I had to be OTR. No, like I said, I had to take showers in the truck. I had to use the piss bottles and all. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it all. I was thugging it. I was living savage life. I didn't complain. I wasn't crying about it. When the opportunity came across my desk to be able to move on and do something local, I'm gonna take the chance. Because if I don't, at that point, I'm just being selfish. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I ain't taking no local job. I'm finna just stay on the road and not care about my nah, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you a young single guy or you a young single woman, and you know what I'm saying, and the choice presents itself, do it. Stay over the road. Cut some of them bills out. Yeah, why not? Right? And it ain't how much money you get is what you do with the money. So at the end of the day, you can still make great money either way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would say, me personally, yes, I would prefer OTR. I would prefer local over OTR, but at the end of the day, it's to each his own, man. Whatever works, whatever floats your boat, whatever works for you. Is it a better or is it not a better? I would say it is in a sense, but it really comes down to the person, man. Like, if it's working for you and you love it, not even if you love it, I would say if you love it, because don't do nothing that you're going to be angry and projecting your anger on everybody else in the world every time you interact with people. Because I done met some angry like some real angry dudes. I done met some nice people, you know what I'm saying, over the road. And you get the in-between, there's people just like kind of like they checked out, don't speak to nobody, and they just kind of like in their own world, try to stay in their own little bubble, which is understandable, and I get it, you know what I'm saying. But me personally, I wouldn't trade my local gig for nothing, and if I had to, I would go back over the road and knock it out the park. Explain to my family, hey, I gotta go back over the road, you know what I'm saying? Daddy, I don't get this money, and we gonna go get this money, you know what I'm saying? But I want y'all leave down in the comments what you prefer, what you think is reasonable, and then lastly, what's a reasonable time to stay out? Cause this dude told me 9 months, and he was happy about it. I ain't want to deal with her. Like, damn, 9 months though? No, she cheating on you, boy. I ain't gonna lie. 9 months. Hey, you might well don't even come back at that point. But no, though. Yeah, like I said, leave it down in the comments. The long as you feel it's reasonable to stay out. What do you prefer, OTR or local? All right, peace.